Okay, let's kick this off, and I apologize. Chief Rick Van Leuven is stuck on what appears to be a. Oh, he made it. Never mind. Never mind. I'll let the folks behind me introduce themselves when they have a speaking part. I'm Jim McDevitt. I'm the United States Attorney for Eastern Washington. I'm here today to announce at least for today, the culmination of a large gang sweep that was conducted by the Spokane gang enforcement team. I want to thank a number of agencies. I won't name them all. I know I never name them all. I'd like to start by thanking Fairchild Air Force Base, who provided us the venue yesterday for a great pre-operational briefing. I'd like to thank the FBI, the ATF, the DEA, ICE, Federal Protective Service, the county, Spokane City, the Cheney Police, the Valley Police, and I must have missed a few, and I'll let the sheriff or the chief pick up what I left off. There was an indictment, a grand jury indictment returned on June 24th. It was unsealed yesterday. 32 federal defendants, 11 local defendants. Thus far, we've arrested today 24 federal arrests, 11 local arrests, and 8 fugitives. The charges include but are not limited to possession, manufacture, distribution of cocaine, ecstasy, possession of firearms by prohibited persons, conspiracy to distribute, and also the coercion and enticement of minors to engage in prostitution was in one of the charges. Arrests were made. There were over 50 crimes alleged against 32 federal defendants, 11 local defendants. Arrests made today in Spokane, Seattle, and Tacoma. These individuals are all either members or associates of a number of gangs, including the Crips and the Gangster Disciples. The one thing I would leave before I want to call the sheriff up is a message, at least from the Department of Justice and our office, and that is to the gangsters, Spokane is not the place to be. I guess to take from the Chamber of Commerce, near nature, near perfect, but not if you're going to engage in gang activity. To the community, I think this underscores the gang issue and the gang problem, and the fact that we cannot prosecute our way out of gang activity, that a lot of other activity in terms of gang prevention strategies should be undertaken. With that, I'd like to turn it over to the sheriff. Sheriff?
Thank you, Jim. Today is a combination of a lot of work by some dedicated law enforcement officials. I remind the citizens of Spokane County that the Spokane County City, State, Federal Gang Unit was put together in September of 2006. In that short amount of time, they were able to investigate and put this investigation together with such results that we should all be very, very proud of them. One of the things that I think that we need to also remember are that gangs are criminal enterprises. They are basically hiring our children to go out and do their work, which their only game is to make money for themselves. It's our children that they engage in selling guns, selling drugs, and they entice them into child prostitution. We have to make sure that we do everything in our power as a community to make sure that gangs have a very clear message in Spokane that we are going to do everything in our power to make sure that we eliminate your influence from our children and our streets. We have to do a much better job as a community as a whole in giving our children better opportunities and better avenues to travel down in their path through life rather than getting into gangs and or drugs. Children are the focus here, folks. Gangs are recruiting our children. We need to do something to stop that. I really appreciate the support that we have from all our local elected officials, our elected state officials, and federal officials. Representative McMorris has advised me that she is very pleased with the efforts that are going on in Spokane County. She fully supports these efforts. Senator Cantwell's office sent the following statement, which reads, I would like to thank Spokane County Sheriff Ozzie Knezevich and his team, along with the Washington State Patrol, the Gang Enforcement Team, the FBI, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco and Firearms, the Spokane Police Department, the Spokane Valley Police Department, for their leadership in getting violent gang members off our streets and putting drug traffickers out of business. Today's arrests show what can be accomplished when federal, state, and local law enforcement work together, and I applaud all involved for making our streets a little safer today. I look forward to continuing to work with Sheriff Knezevich and all involved as we work together to keep up the fight against gangs and drugs. We cannot afford to ignore gang-related crime or its impact on our communities or our country. I think that statement is echoed by every law enforcement officer in Spokane County, and with that, I will turn it over to Chief Kirkpatrick.
Well, first of all, I want to thank the federal partners, as well as all these partners up here. This is really the fruits of a true team effort. We actually do work well together, and there are a lot of people behind you, and I'm going to ask you not to turn your camera around, but there are a lot of people out here who did the legwork. And they spent the hours, they did the work, they've been following these bad guys, and they are the ones who deserve the credit. But I do want to say this. We are going to be rolling out some initiatives, and we already have services and initiatives out there right now in our community to help people choose a lifestyle other than a gang lifestyle, a criminal lifestyle, or a drug lifestyle. But we are real serious. You do not choose to take these alternative choices in life, we're going to put your tail in jail. And that's exactly what we have done today. So with that, I probably should be quiet. But our vision, and it's a real one, the vision, at least for the Spokane Police Department, is that we are going to make the city of Spokane the safest city in America, our size, in 5 years. That's our goal. First, through prevention and offering help. You don't choose it, we're just going to put you away.
Representing the FBI, Steve Dean from Seattle.
Thank you. Today is day one of a message that's going to continue. The message is that we do work together. The Department of Justice, the FBI, ATF, DEA, and all the police agencies standing with me, standing behind you, in Spokane County and throughout the state of Washington. Today is our message. Today the message is, it is not okay to pimp and prostitute young girls. Today the message is, it is not okay to commit violent crimes in our communities. Today the message is, it is not okay to be a gangster and sell drugs and poison our communities and poison our schools. Today is just the first day of this message. I guarantee you the message will continue tomorrow. The message will continue next year. This is an ongoing collaborative effort. It is not going to stop. It's a message that's going to continue. We are together as a team today, and we're only going to get more solid, more stronger as a team. And so that message is a positive message for the community, and hopefully a message that sends a chill to our gangsters and to the criminals who are committing violent crimes and prostituting young ladies. Thank you very much.
And I think, lastly, from the federal partners, Deke Gassett, who represents DEA from Seattle. Deke?
Thank you. I'd just like to echo all the comments that were here today, that this is a partnership. DEA has been a member of this community for the last 35 years. And as well as being partners with all the law enforcement entities that are here, we're partners with the people in Spokane. We're going to continue to take these people down. If they deal drugs in this city, we are going to be working together to make it stop and to make a better place for the community and the citizens here. So if you deal drugs in Spokane, it's time to move out. Thank you.
Rick, did you have?
I just wanted to echo the comments of how proud we are of our local gang enforcement team. There's many, many hours of effort that went into this investigation. And they also provide a lot of intervention prevention strategies, not only working with schools and the community, but their investigative efforts is outstanding and is an example of what a gang enforcement team should be across the state. They've put in a tremendous amount of hours, and we do work collectively together very well. And those investigations are the fruits of the success today. So again, thank you very much, and we appreciate the support from all the other agencies and the elected officials here today.
I think that's it from law enforcement. Be happy to answer any questions of any of the rest of us. So.
Jim, this is the first drug task force arrest that I recall where the drug ecstasy has been involved. Where did the drug come from in this case? What location?
You know, Bill, you can rest assured we're going to want to find out where that, you know, what the source was. That's going to be part of the ongoing investigation. But right now, I don't know that. DEA tells me most of it comes out of Canada, but you know, that's you can rest assured that part of the investigation is to work our way up the chain of command, as it were, and find out exactly where it came from, who the suppliers were, etc. Jennifer?
Are there other gang members out there that you're still looking for as part of this investigation?
I think we have approximately 8 individuals that are still in the wind. But again, as you know, it's kind of like peeling the layers of the onion back. As the further you get into this, the more you uncover, and so there's no guarantee that that's going to be it.
I guess I have another question for the Sheriff. Sheriff, I remember you talking about the catch-and-release program, considering that the jail is so crowded. We have these gang members that are in jail right now, but how do you know they won't be released back onto the streets again? And, how do you know that for a fact?
There's no guarantee that anybody that we arrest that isn't going to be released. We have a system of due process. We have a system where people can get bailed out of jail. So our goal is to do our job, which is investigate these crimes, arrest these people, put them in jail. After that, we've done everything that we can. Then it's up to the court system and, quite frankly, our elected legislatures to ensure that we have stringent laws in these areas. One of the things that since you mentioned the jail, we have to also remember that the jail is becoming more and more populated with gang members. At any given time, anywhere from 15 to 28% of the jail population, both at Geiger and the Spokane County Jail, are gang members. That is a problem that is growing, and it is a true safety problem, not only to other inmates, but to the correction deputies within the jail and Geiger. Bill, did you?
Jennifer, on the issue of releases, on the federal side, we ask for pretrial detention in every one of these cases. And I can't guarantee, because again, as the sheriff says, it's part of the due process. But on the federal side, when you've got sentences that are up in the higher range of 5, 10 years and higher, there's a presumption of a risk of flight and a number of other things. And so we've got a pretty good track record with respect to pretrial detention for those that are in the federal system. And so far, I think there's about 24 that have been arrested on federal warrants. Any other? Sir?
How many homes or residences or properties were raided today? And then also, could you put this into perspective for this area? Biggest raid in this area's history? I mean, two questions kind of together.
Well, I don't know as far as locations.
15 locations.
Huh?
15
locations. I don't know whether I'd use the word raid, but they knocked on 15 doors, and I think it's certainly one of the bigger operations that I've been involved in. But I've only been in this business for about 7 years, and I don't know.
Yeah, to put it in perspective for Spokane County, we had roughly 170 law enforcement officers involved in these executions of the warrants and search warrants and arrest warrants this morning. That is a vast amount of the resources within both the city and the county and our federal partners that were involved in this effort. It was a very significant operation today.
And I want to really thank the folks from all the agencies, from the Bureau and all the other agencies, ATF, DEA, ICE. We had a lot of folks come in from out of town. quite frankly, we pretty much stripped Seattle of an awful lot of their agents to come in here and help us with these things.
I just had a quick one, and I don't know who would be best to answer it, but Ozzy and Chief Kirkpatrick, we all have done stories on the growing gang problem in our area. Is there any visible dent that this is going to make immediately, or is it a longer process that will see the effects of this perhaps?
Oh, I think it will have a dent. I think that it will hopefully be a dry hole at least for a little while. But, and we do anticipate that, and we are actually going to measure that. We know where we are today in measurable terms of our activity, our criminal activity. And we'll be able to measure it out and see how long that effect held. So, and I do, while I had the podium, I want to thank truly Mr. McDevitt. He is the leader of us because he is over us in terms of the federal partners and us. It is his leadership that has really kept us together and working together, and I wanted to take that opportunity to thank him. But also,
and I pay her to say
that.
that.
No. And then lastly, just also in context from your other question right there, our gang unit's only been in existence for probably just about 2 years. And so this is a great police work in just a 2-year period of time. Okay?
Have you released how much drugs were confiscated, weapons confiscated, money?
You know,
I can do that.
can you?
About a pound of crack cocaine was confiscated, hundreds of ecstasy pills, 4 weapons, tens of thousands of dollars in cash, and at least 1 vehicle.
Can you describe their business, if you want to call it that? What exactly were they engaged in? We know what the charges say, certainly, but
They're engaged in drug trafficking and prostituting juveniles, racketeering.
Okay, I think we pretty much answered everybody's question. Thank you very, very much for coming out on this hot day. And again, I want to underscore the partnership. I think you folks and the taxpayers should be very, very proud of what you're seeing today from the standpoint of cooperation of all of these agencies who work together on a daily basis. So thanks a lot. I think folks will be around here to talk to individually, but thank you.